Alright. We should be in business. I just gotta pull up the DaVinci again. Now we're good, right? Sweet. Wow, that quality does not look good. I'm seeing a representation on the other screen. It's probably not the best. Uh-oh. It went away, didn't it? Okay, hold on. There we go. How's the quality? Terrible or? It should come back here in a second. There is some delay. Seeing anything yet? Looks blown out. Looks so much brighter and blown out on the side window that I have open. Oh wow, 60 frames per second. That is not good. Oh, is it? Huh. You might be on delay. Yeah, make sure you're up to, you know, because since it's live, it should be like almost 2.5 minutes in. Yeah, let's look at this some more here. Pull up something else. Wow. This one flight is a whole lot of nothing. Oh, there we go. Oh, this is pretty good. You're nice and low here. I have the lowest, I think I have it set for the lowest possible latency, but you know, it's not, it's only able to go so fast. I can hear how delayed we are. So, to give you an idea of how many things we're looking at, I'm going to switch over to the other screen. Oh shit, I'm not sure if that's going to work. I switched to the left screen, but I don't know if it's... I don't know if I broke OBS or not. Let's see. Center screen, left screen. That's not good. Right screen looks correct. Why didn't left screen work? Oh, wrong display. There we go. You're back live. Okay, cool. So, I brought up the, what you would call, I guess, the GUI. So let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, so about 9 files. Well, 8. 8 really. 8 files to go through and pick clips from, just from the bigger quads footage. And then this is all the clips from just Friday on the smaller quads. You see that's like scrolling there, and then there's Saturday with all the smaller quads. So just looking through them and pulling out clips and, you know, to share and stuff, I mean, I guess I could just throw the bulk of those raw clips, like all super long and not processed or whatever, up on the Google Drive, which is my default plan. But I definitely want to also have some processed clips too for some of the better stuff. I feel like, you know, trying to parse through that and like find, you know, stuff in these long files is going to be like annoying and daunting. I'm not sure if it's worked for most people, whereas, like, you know, if I could just eventually have a few moments on YouTube and like more polished clips to share, it'd probably go a lot further. But here, let me switch back to that other full screen. Let's see. So center screen. Boop. And then we go here. How does your plane look viewing it from over there? Reasonable? Nice. Here, let's look at another one that I know you're in. I'm gonna pick out another clip real quick. Let's see. Hero. Dean flying pretty slick. Let's see. Scroll around. Oh, here we go. Rewind a bit. Yeah, I was warmed up by now. I was like feeling it. I like going like right under the wing like that. And so here's one thing about this. Check this out. I have room to move this around like this. So what I tend to do is back this up. See how it's like that? So at this point I'll like bring this all the way up like this. See? There you are. Pretty sure there'll be reasonable pictures. Another thing to do is like here, watch, let me show you something here. Here we are. there'll be another moment at some point where like we're here and the plane is somewhere around here in the frame. Let's say I take this, I'm gonna put it on the timeline so I can work with it. Let's go back to that moment. Oh. It's a terrible frame. I'm moving a little bit too much. Alright, let's see. I'm like too close to the plane. Alright, here we go. Zoom out a little bit. Alright, let's see if maybe there's any good frames in here. But I'm looking for one that's not so motion blurred. You know what I mean? Because if not for the motion blur... Alright. Ugh. That was so much fun. Hard to explain how good that feels in the moment. So, imagine there wasn't motion blur here. I was just going to show you something real quick. Let me pull up. Yeah, let me pull up the other what I'm working with here. So I go in this other tab here. Normally you have some other of these nodes. We'll add some nodes here. Usually here is where I put it. We go to, well, we're already there. So look at how sharper it gets as I adjust this. So like if you pull pictures, you can sharpen it like this. See where we look a little bit more in focus. Now for video this would be terrible to sharpen it this much. But like if you're pulling a picture, you know, you could just kind of add details. Hopefully not so much that it, see right there, that's making for a good picture. Now we go over here and kind of maybe give it some saturation or something. Add some color a little bit. As soon as this decides to start working. Oh, here we go. Now it's doing something. Add a little color. Maybe bring the exposure up a little. Huh. I'm sure there's way more I could do, but you get the idea. You know, but there's a lot involved, and I'm not actually good at this part. You know what I mean? Like as much time as I spend on this, like people that are yeah, no, I'm not good at this part, this editing stuff. Like I try to learn it so hard, but like and then like it's just hard to remember all the things at one time and then actually put it together and stuff. That looks terrible now that I'm playing it. Let me back off that a little bit. A little bit sharper probably wouldn't hurt. Let's leave it there. Bring this back a little. So it's the secondary camera, the bigger camera on top of the drone. You know what I mean? Yeah. This right here, we're looking at GoPro footage. Let's go back there. We hope. Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let me go back to this other. Oh, right on. Fun, huh? Look at this. I love that shit. I messed that up. I'll have to aim that down at that point. Rewind this. I usually set like these, you know, where I change it on, like subtly between up and down, and it, like kind of smooth that out. So now we got to go back up again. Keep it in focus, or in centered in the frame. Nice. So one other thing about this is, for most of these flights, I was recording on my on the camera that's right by my transmitter. So I'll have like audio that's better, because I hate to ruin our ears, but check this out. That's the actual audio, which is like definitely not, bro. But like the audio on my chest, like you know, you hear the gas, you know, the gas engine and stuff, and maybe us, you know, chatting, or like a oohs and ahs, or you know, whatever. Oh. So it takes time to put together, but kind of neat to have these memories, you know. Hell yeah. Nice. Smooth, yeah? Tell you what, the background in this... Yeah. Yeah, and I happen to be going with the plane. I try to do it half and half, where sometimes I roll with the torque roll, and sometimes I orbit like against it, but see, like now I'm going with it again. Okay, here, I'm gonna go against it. Nice. So I was gonna say, the background of this... Yeah. Ooh! Hold on, that's worth rewinding. Let me get this. Here, let's get this properly framed. Alright, let's do it again. Oh, I thought you were going into a knife edge spin there. I love these looks. I love those looks like that. Here, let's bring this back down again. Oh, I'll bring it back up again. Oops. I'm trying to do it on the fly. Oh, there we go. So right is down. Okay, now I got it. Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, I mean, it was a combo. Your idle maybe was something was up, and then like also there was a light wind, like a tailwind. It was almost, you couldn't tell, but I think it was a tailwind. Although that windsock, look at it. Oh shit, sorry. Pointed out. Yeah, I think you're right. I gave up at that point. Alright, so that's the end of that file. Let's see if I can find you in some of this thumb footy. Yeah, I gotta get that out. Let's see. Maybe you're in a great variety of action. Some of these... Oh, Dean as it gets dark. Let's do that one. Okay, am I on the right thing? No, okay. I think they had them there. Let's call that out. Oh, right. Yeah, you have to, it's like an actual job to install it, kind of. Alright, here we go. Look at that glow, man. Well, I'm gonna have to color that up a little bit. But it's a little too much red in that. Let's see here, let me indulge me. I'm gonna do a quick little fix here. Let's see, go to the color page. Nodes. Somebody got me hooked late 2019. That happened in like probably 88. Yeah, it was in like, I think between 7th and 8th grade. Or maybe between 8th and 9th. I'm pretty sure it's between 7th and 8th. Wow, I can't believe how long this is taking to start working. My computer is maybe not the best for video editing at sometimes. It does this freezing thing. What do you think? Let's see. Oh yeah, that'll be fixed later. Look at this. You got this or that. I think that's at least a step in the right direction. Alright, now let's address the blurry thing, because yeah, it is. I think I got some smoke on my lens. And so that may not be too easy to fix. Oop, there we go. That did something. That's a little too sharp. Let's see. Yeah, I have some spooge on my lens, so I don't know how much magic I could do to get rid of that. I'll have to look into that. But see how all the lights here does that? It's like I've I've flown through some smoke and I forgot to wipe it off. Oh, yeah. Oh, that was not very long. Yeah, quality-wise, this is not the best, but this is at a moment where it was getting dark. I think you landed this flight short because it was getting so dark. Alright, let me go back here. Let's look through great variety of action. Let's see what we see. Yes! That's true. Do you think that was with a small drone, and was that on Saturday? I think it was probably on Saturday. Here, let's take a glance through that folder. Joe and Chris having a hover. Let's see. Gary hanging with Tony. Good stuff, whatever that is. Full scale show. That's not gonna see the light of day. Joe. Oh, I don't think so. No, probably not. Right. Yeah, I had to adjust my settings to get it to where it's not popping out at me. Yeah, you know, you can turn down those sounds and turn up the people and the settings in the real flight. Yeah. I mean, hoverfest including addiction. Maybe. Let's look at this real quick. Yeah, I was really focused on this addiction. I feel like I got smooch inside the lens at some point. Because a lot of these videos have that kind of hint of you know, what you were seeing earlier is like worse when the sun is down like that, but it's still there. Ugh, look at that. Ugh. Oof. Yeah, not good. Oops. What is more good stuff? Let's see what this is. Variety of fun looks. That was the electric. This was a fun flight, alright. Let me go back to the hero footy. Maybe it's in here and I just didn't realize it. Smoking good time with Andrew. Dean flying pretty slick. Oh, here it is. Alright. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's the plane that Joe ended up crashing. Here you come. There comes Joe. Bam! I was loving those. That slap that he was doing like that, man, I was like, damn, that is awesome. Yeah, that sounds fun. Oh, that was sick right there. Woof. I got smoke all over the lens now. I usually try to avoid the smoke for that reason. I like to get like just right up near it, you know, because it looks cool, but I'm not gonna like purposely go through it. Because the rest of the time you're looking through a kaleidoscope like this. Damn, what am I doing? I don't think I'm out of battery. What am I looking for? Is there another plane flying around I'm worried about? This is weird. I'm just off by myself over here. Oh yeah, there is another plane. I'm trying to figure out where he is. This is it. Oh yeah. Oh man, these are some sick shots. Look at this. And then here he comes. So I get behind. Oh, hold on, let me put it. Hold on, let me rewind that. Look at this. Beautiful. And I'm not moving around too much there either. Nice. Beautiful, man. And here, and then if I remember correctly, I have to look through the in order to really know. Oh man, I got this pointed down too much. Yeah, you know what? I need to just upload this file. I'll just put this raw file because I haven't done anything to that. That's here. Let me pull up my thing here. My drive. Huh. That's 23. Did I make one yet? I haven't made a Hemet yet. Nope. Let's get the Hemet thing started. 20, 25. Well, I kind of went through to give them, what do you call it, to kind of be able to name the files a little bit. So in that way, I kind of went through them. Manage access. Definitely not restricted. Anyone with the link. November Hemet. So here, let me show you what I'm doing here. go to... Oh, I did that with the wrong thing. Oops. Hold on. Let me do this right here. Bring this over here. Okay. So here we go, Hemet 3D Huckfest. That was in Hero Footy. Oh, let's do 2. Let's do the Dean. And then Dean flying pretty slick. Joan partied it up with Dean the Bushmaster. Let's do 3 of the files. Alright, so those will be uploading during the next hour. Remind me to send you a link for sure. Alright, let's go back to resolve. Nice! I'm rotating the opposite way, but whatever. Still like that. That was probably the best look at a knife edge spin I got all weekend. In certain ways, I was just not as aggressive as I would have liked to have been. Ooh, yeah, though, nice. There's some people when I'm flying with them, like Joe has been very assertively like basically telling me to be as aggressive as I want to be in getting, you know, that he's not going to mind me getting as close as possible up in there. You know, it's an interesting I mean, I get the energy. I like the energy of it's just a toy airplane and all that. I see it from both sides though, because for example, do you know there's this guy Victor, he flies jets. He went to the jet rally. That's where I first met him, right before I went to the first Huckfest where I met Joe and everybody. Okay, so you know he has a YouTube channel. He posts a lot. He's pretty active. Well, he caught at an event these 2 very expensive, unique. Yeah, it was like just the most atrocious midair. It was super sick. And you know, there was a lot of commentary in the chat, you know, people talking about like, you know, it was this person's fault because they were in the or whatever, and I'm just like, ew, you know, like I'll just say that, like, regardless of that, I was about to get into another tangent, but we were talking about the, you know, you know, the aspect of, oh, don't take it too seriously, but like, you know, you get a lot of yourself tied up in things, you know, you put a lot of hours into planes, you know, and money, which is also your hours, so like, you know, I get it from both sides. I just like for him where he's able to be. You know, he's flying the tip of the sphere airplanes at such a high level and without a lot of weight to it, you know what I mean? Which is freaking awesome. Here. Oh, there's your plane right there. This is when Joe and Joe flew together. Do you know the other Joe? Oh, okay. I forgot his last name right now, but he goes by Smokin' Joe, so, or at least Joe Hunt calls him Smokin' Joe. Oh, McBride, yeah. So, what else might you haven't seen? Make it stop if I go to a different folder. Wow. Wow, I just got a blast of smoke on there. So there was a couple times where I was hanging with the group at the flight line, and Joe smoked us all out, and like several people were like, "Ah!" So I'm pretty sure I got that on audio. A little bit of a bail there. Kaleidoscope. Some pretty good stuff in here. So one thing that's holding me up is I've really gotten distracted with trying to learn like basically trading. You know, like I've always been into like investing or whatever, but like I've been paying attention to markets like during the day and like trying to learn everything around that, and it's just like